For this presentation, I am going to talk about affordable housing in West Philadelphia, but more specifically around the University of Pennsylvania and the surrounding University City District. However, we must look at past events to understand what is happening today and the solutions that we can put in place to fix them. When the university was founded in 1749, the university was located on the other side of the Schuylkill River in Center City, Philadelphia. From its inception to 1802, it occupied a building at 4th and Arch. As it grew, it moved to a mansion at 9th and Chestnut that was built for the President of the United States but was never occupied. In the late 1860s, it was decided that the university would have to move once again. In 1870, they purchased 10 acres of land in West Philadelphia for a total of $80,000. In 1872, the move to what would later start to become the modern campus of the university would be completed. With the more than $400,000 the university had made in profits by moving from the busy and crowded Center City to the more spacious and quiet West Philadelphia, buildings such as Logan Hall, the Hospital of the University of Pennsylvania, and College Hall that are still standing today were able to be constructed. The university continued to grow as by the mid-1890s, the campus of Penn had expanded to 52 acres and had 25 buildings on it. By 1910, the university had collected over 110 acres of land. As the 20th century continued, little by little, the university that we all know today started to take shape. During this time, the character of the university was starting to shift. Once known for being a commuter school, the reputation of the university started to grow as one of the leading research universities in the country in the second half of the 20th century, with Penn attracting some of the best minds in the world. In the 1950s, university planners spoke of the need for compatible neighborhoods on the university boundaries. The Black Bottom, a majority African-American neighborhood just north of the campus, was considered as a potential problem spot. The city believed that the university's well-being was critical to the city's future and recognized its need for the compatible neighborhoods. City Council and the City Planning Commission designated the blocks between Powelton and Lancaster Avenues, south to Chestnut Street, between 34th and 40th Streets as blighted, and the Redevelopment Authority condemned them for urban renewal. These actions caused racial tensions to grow between the university and residents of West Philadelphia. Over 2,600 people were displaced. Of the 2,600 people that were displaced, roughly 78% were African American, and most of them were renters. The 1959 Federal Housing Act gave Penn and local redevelopment authorities the ability to clear a number of city blocks for institutional expansion and commercial redevelopment with federal money. Penn used it to acquire commercial blocks of Walnut between 34th and 40th Streets and land on Spruce. In the 60s and 70s, Penn continued its westward expansion of the campus. Despite being a private university, because the vet school received state funding, the broader university qualified as well for state funding. With state money in eminent domain, Penn took more land and put up 19 new buildings during this time. In the 1990s and into the second millennium, Penn continued to make significant investments in the area. Penn financially backed the creation of the University City District. Penn had sponsored a home buying program for staff, and in partnership with the school district, created the Penn Alexander School, in which Penn gets $1,300 per student per year. This development continued rapid gentrification and increases in the prices of homes in the area. Between 1996 and 2011, home prices in the University City neighborhood doubled. In the catchment of the Penn Alexander School, prices of the homes tripled, and the area lost 500 units of affordable housing. This follows the idea of social increment by John Stuart Mill, an English political theorist in the 19th century. This idea states that the appreciating value of land was created by the growth and development of the surrounding society. As more development spearheaded by a prestigious university was completed, the more valuable the land became. In 2018, residents of the Art Villa, an affordable housing apartment complex in University City, were advised that they would have to leave their homes after the landlord decided that keeping it did not make financial sense. The apartment complex was the last of its kind in the catchment of the Penn Alexander School. A community land trust is a nonprofit, community-based organization to create and maintain a permanent stock of affordable housing units. To do this, the trust acquires the land and maintains ownership of it. Potential homeowners enter a renewable lease to use the land while they own the homes that sit on the land. Because the community land trust owns the land, this can guarantee long-term affordable housing for those who need it indefinitely. This can provide low-income people with the opportunity to build equity through home ownership without worrying about being displaced. If they choose to sell, owners can earn a portion of the increased property value, but the CLT reserves the right to buy the house first. A community land trust would have been an excellent solution for residents of the Art Villa for many reasons. Residents would have been able to stay in their homes and not be displaced due to reasons that were out of their control. Residents could have built equity in their homes, and children could receive a top-tier education from a local public school. Community land trust organizations have already seen success in other parts of Philadelphia. In 2006, the Community Justice Land Trust was created. The land trust currently has 36 townhomes in the Port Richmond neighborhood in North Philadelphia, with additional plans to expand in the Germantown and Point Breeze neighborhoods. Without the implementation of CLTs in the University City District in West Philadelphia, more and more people will be put at risk of being pushed out of their homes and neighborhoods that they have lived in for generations by further Penn development. Thank you.